Hi, I'm Dante Cataino, a musician, and in the last year I produced two solo albums called Deep and Eclectic and Pure Feeling, both released in 2022. And from December 7th, I started releasing the songs from my third album, Long Live Freedom, one by one every 7th of each month. So as you know, I have already released 4 songs. There is a theme that runs through this album, and it is that of freedom, specifically economic, but also in terms of freedom to decide and to take charge of the decisions we make. What led me to write this record? Well, currently the concept of freedom is traveling the entire world as a trend, and particularly in this region where I live, because I am a Latin American, and with a few exceptions, in this region the individual is often ignored before the collective under ideas such as the revolution, imperialism, the socialization of resources, and the importance of public policies, which have been the results, at the very least, a tangle of economic regulations by which individuals are obliged to contribute to the collective, added to the fact that the collective itself receives very little from this. Who win? Intermediaries, collectors, those who set the rules, like corruption is commonplace here. Now, if we take it further, the restrictions on our freedom have become more acute in some cases to prevent us from buying what we want, traveling where we want, and even thinking how we want. Fortunately, here and today, here where I live, it is not like that, but the limits of private property sometimes become somewhat blurred here. Long Live Freedom is an expression of all this, of looking around me, of listening to other people, of my own daily life, and being in contact with other people who defend the freedom of individuals. What do I intend to achieve with this album? So in general, to express sensations that boil in this region, which are at the same time part of a global phenomenon. In particular, iron out some edges and give a personal perspective to the matter. Sometimes the defense of the freedom of the individual over the collective leads us to think that if we were not obliged to collaborate with our neighbors, we simply would not do it. We see representatives of the ideas of freedom promoting overwhelming individuals who feel superior to others, all based on personal effort. Influencers, TV hosts, even politicians. With this album, I intend to tell you that I'm sorry, you individualists. What you promote is the idea that men will not take care of their neighbor and even pass them by unless that collectivism forces us to do the opposite. In the last song, Everything, unlike the rest of the album, I promote collectivism. The one that, after having achieved the long-awaited freedom of the individual, is built on the solid foundations of individualism, voluntarily and for love. After all, there is a beating heart in each being that we cross on the street, and that being needs us and we need them. This is Long Live Freedom, the hope of a collective future, voluntarily built by free individuals. Long Live Freedom.
What we did together, everything I dreamed, we will fulfill together. Everything we need is to live and grow, say.